and welcome to Men in the Den. My name's Eric and it's Friday. It's LGBT Topics week here on Men in the Den, and I would be remiss in my duties as our politics person if I did not talk about all of the bullshit that happened in the last 48 hours. On Wednesday morning, the president tweeted that he was announcing a ban on transgender military service. And this was met with shock and surprise by everyone because he has not signed any kind of policy or procedure to that matter, and it kind of came out of the blue, so nobody really knows what the extent of this actually is, or if there's even actually any kind of real ban or not. It's all kind of a mess. Today, on Thursday, the Joint Chiefs of Staff issued a clarification saying that because there is not yet any policy or procedure, that this was merely a tweet, that the military was not going to actually take any action until they got clarification from the president regarding his tweet. So because there isn't a policy, there isn't actually a ban, but he stated that there would be a ban, and nobody really knows what's happening. Politico did a story about this, talking about the origins of why this happened, and it kind of boils down to House Republicans coming and asking him to kind of take out gender reassignment surgery or sexual confirmation surgery from trans troops in order to advance the border wall portion of a defense spending bill. It's unclear to me how those two things are even remotely related. But because he did issue this tweet ban, whatever, that the House has been able to move forward apparently with their border wall bill, and they've put a $1.6 billion down payment on it. So, for some reason, barring trans troops somehow leads to us getting a border wall. I don't know. I'm going to put links down to all of the articles about this because it's a total mess down in the crotch, so please check out those articles. But it wasn't just the trans community that got thrown under the bus by politics this week in the United States. The Department of Justice decided to come for the LGBT portion of the community as well by filing an amicus brief in a case that nobody asked them to file an amicus brief on. The Equal Employment Opportunity Commission is using the laws in Title VII of the United States Code, which prohibits discrimination based on sex. And it's their interpretation that discrimination based on sex also applies to sexual orientation based on a number of qualifying factors. So, say for instance, someone puts a picture of their gay husband on their desk, and if this were a woman, there would probably not be a problem, but if he gets fired because he puts a man's picture on his desk, that's discrimination based on sex. And Mark Joseph Stern in Slate actually wrote a really great piece debunking all of the rationales that the Department of Justice put forward. But it's clear that the DOJ is trying to strip that interpretation away and push it to the Supreme Court, where they may find that the Supreme Court is sympathetic to that particular interpretation, illogical as it may be. Yeah, there's been a lot going on in LGBT political news this week. The good thing is that A, there is not currently any kind of actual policy against transgender military service, and until such a thing exists, constant pressure on politicians to prevent such a thing is beneficial. And B, hopefully logic will prevail in the courts, even if ideology is the primary actor in some of these things. So that's my video for this week. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you want to learn more about the topics that I discussed on today's show, please go down into the crotch. I'm going to link a whole big bunch of articles down in there and educate yourself, find out what's happening in the news. If you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe to our channel. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, and Instagram, and I will see you all next Friday. Cheers!